Hey, paisanos! I'm here again, bringing you more of the man with 7 wounds. When we left Kenshiro, he was in the depths of the Imperial capital looking for the Emperor. Let's get right back to that, shall we? As it turns out, the Emperor is an Empress. Not only that, it's Lynn's long-lost sister, Louis. They were separated as infants because twins were considered bad luck. But Falco couldn't bring himself to actually kill Lynn, and so she was just taken away, and so she and her sister never met until now. I have to go back and get a power-up I forgot about. That'll take a little time. In the meantime, I will explain some of the other shit that goes on right around this time, because right around the time Lynn and Louis have their emotional reunion, a bunch of other shit goes down. First of all, right around now is when Ein dies. He gets himself killed rescuing Lynn, Louis, and Bat from the Imperial dungeon. And so Kenshiro sheds many manly tears, and he ends up wearing Ein's gloves for the rest of his appearances, both in the comics and the TV show. Also, now that the Emperor is, or the Empress rather, is safe, Falco no longer has any obligations to Jacko, and so he grabs Jacko by the head and sets his head on fire. And so yeah, Jacko gets his head just completely incinerated. And that's it for our would-be Imperial surrogate. So, I guess sort of a happy ending there, unless you happen to be Jacko. And the bummer is that just after they've had their emotional reunion, what's her name? Fuck, having a mental block here. Anyway, here's our power-up that we forgot to get. This is Asuka, Ein's adoptive daughter. Sorry, Asuka, you've just become an orphan, but you've got stats for me, and that's the important thing. Now I remember what I was trying to say. Unfortunately, right around the time of their emotional reunion, Lynn gets kidnapped by Tiger, if you're talking the TV series, or Jask, if you're talking about the comics. And Lynn is taken across the sea to Shura. Basically out of revenge, because, you know, Jask was Jacko's son, and Tiger was a Jacko loyalist. And so Lynn is taken across the sea to the country of Shura. Shura is a continent that is, like, totally devoted to fighting. As a matter of fact, there's a 1% survival rate among its young men, because in order to be accepted into adulthood and earn yourself a name in Shura, you have to kill 99 other young men. So yeah, it's pretty hardcore. And it also turns out that Shura is the birthplace of Kenshiro, but he doesn't know that yet. All he knows is Lynn was kidnapped by Jask or Tiger, taken across the sea, and now he's got to get her back. So we're on our way to get aboard a ship so we can travel to Shura and move into the next big arc. And that's where we stand. If you time it right, you can sweep these motorcycles and send their rider flying off into space, which is pretty amusing. They will also multi-hit you greatly if you're careless. And I am careless. If there is one thing that can be said of me, it is that I am careless. But there we go, got to send another guy flying, and that's all I care about, damn it. Heading south here, we will come to the docks and be ready to get aboard our ship. This chapter does not actually have an end boss. The closest thing to a final boss of this chapter is Falco. So we just have to get to the end of the docks here and not get hit with so many exploding harpoons. And we'll move on to chapter 3, which is the first one that takes place primarily in Shura. And yes, we can block explosive harpoons with our fists. That's because we are Kenshiro, and Kenshiro is a goddamn tank. And with a mighty ata, we move on to the pirate ship that is taking us to Shura. Because, as we all know, hijacking a pirate ship is the best way to get across the sea in a game that, well, actually, this isn't an RPG, so I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just talking out my ass. I'm also taking hits from these pirates with the knives that are kinda hard to stop. Okay, here's our mini-boss. This is Akashachi, the pirate captain. It is practically impossible to not get hit with that harpoon, so you just kind of have to rush him down between swings, and just take as little damage as you can, because you are just not dodging. You can actually block his claw once he drops the harpoon just by kicking rapidly, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm taking way too much damage here, but not much I can do about it. Okay, so we beat up Akashachi, and he agrees to take us across the sea to Shura. Akashachi, despite being a pirate, is actually a pretty decent guy who Kenshiro gets along generally pretty well with. We're going to want to hang her right here. Akashachi, it turns out, by the way, all the enemies now become people from Shura. We will be deflecting a lot of blades with our kicks. As I was saying, Akashachi, many years ago, he tried to do a raid on Shura, but he lost 100 men to a single Shura fighter. Yeah, they're very serious about their fighting here. And, bird. Yeah, so he lost 100 men to one guy, and he also had to leave his son, Shachi, behind. Shachi is a very major character in the source material. He only makes one cameo appearance in the game. Moving right along, beating these guys up. These guys that just kind of bounce back and forth up to you, they'll just do a palm thrust when they get close that you can duck, and then they teleport around. They're not really that dangerous just because you can always duck their attacks. I'm going to head south here because I believe there's a stat boost for me. Whenever those guys with the spinning blades approach you, it's generally a good idea to do a few kicks just before they get close to you in case they decide to throw blades at you. Because it is very hard to punch the spinning blades or throwing knives away, and very easy to kick them away. I think the kick just has a larger hitbox, basically, is what it comes down to. But sometimes they'll just jump you in the head. Jump you in the head? I don't know what the hell I was trying to say there. I'm having problems talking today. Sometimes they will just jump over your head, and then you can hit them in the back. This is Leia, who is Akashachi's girlfriend. She is also a preacher of peace, which makes her really, really illegal in her activities in Shura. They'll just have none of that shit. So she's kind of a peace outlaw. Now, to the right here is that mini-boss I talked about earlier, who I cannot beat. I'll save state and do a quick run on him just to show what it's like. This guy's a lot like Toki from the Master System game. The only effective way you can hit him is to wait for him to attack and then counter it, because otherwise he'll just counter you. And unfortunately he does lots of damage, so that's dangerous. See? I just get stuffed half the time, and he's got a big health bar. Anyway, that is Alf. Alf was a Shura arena fighting champion who Kenshiro fought shortly after his arrival in Shura, and he kicked Alf's ass. He wasn't a major villain by any stretch of the imagination, but in the game he practically reaches the level of being an optional super boss, and I have not once successfully managed to kill him, so I don't even know what his death animation is like. Okay, we've got our buff up for the chapter, which actually makes it harder to deflect knives, but we get our nice power and defense bonus, so it's worth it anyway. I'll probably use more jump kicks to just avoid the projectiles. And on that note, I'm just about out of time, so we'll see you next time in another episode of I Played a Thing, Hokuto no Ken for the Genesis, proceeding deeper into the country of Shura. See you then.